I'm sorry I haven't done a video in so long. Life kind of got away from me there for a little bit, and I had a slight medical thing, really minor, that I had to get done, and then it was Thanksgiving, and the other thing that I have been doing as of late is looking for a part-time job. And because it's been a little bit hard to pay the bills with just the boarding business. I do have a new boarder now, which is awesome, yay. But in the meantime, I am looking for work. So, I've been out of the workforce for about 5 years now, since having my son. And I gotta say, it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult. Um, and one thing that I have noticed, and I mean, maybe this was the case when I looked before and I just don't remember, or, back in the day. Um, but what is it with employers ghosting people now? I don't get it. Or telling you that they're going to do something or they're going to get back to you or whatever, and then like nothing happens. I don't understand. Um, like it's one thing to say, oh yeah, if you don't hear from us by this time, then we're not going forward, which is fine. Okay, that's totally understandable. I get that. But I had an actual in-person interview with one place, and I thought it went quite well. I thought. And she, at the end of the interview, said, "We're not going to leave you hanging. We will definitely get back to you by the end of the week. Either way, we'll get back to you." Silence. I had a Skype interview with another place, and it didn't go as well. I have to say, let's just say, I was embarrassed for myself with how little knowledge I had of I should have prepared better. Um, and at the end of the interview, he was like, "Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to email you some information, and you can study it, and we will call you back for another Skype interview in about a week." And I was like, "That sounds great." I mean, even to the point where as soon as I got off the phone with him, um, I actually went and started studying a little bit of the stuff on my own. He never sent me the packet. I never heard back from them. Like, if he had just said, because it was an embarrassingly bad interview, and if he had just said, "Look, this isn't going to work out," I would have been totally fine with it. It would have been fine, Like, just tell people that it's not going to work. Don't build up their hope, and then when nothing happens, it's very frustrating. I have found it incredibly, incredibly frustrating. That and some of the interview questions, I swear it seems like half the people that I've talked to, they just Googled some interview questions that sounded good and asked them whether it pertained at all to the job at hand. Like, just the whole, like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? I mean, yeah, I get it. Those are like interview questions, but come on, like, those are so stupid. Everybody knows the answer. The question of, are you dependable? No, I'm not. How are you going to answer that? It's ridiculous. Yeah, and my favorite question that I've gotten lately that I don't ever remember getting before is what do you expect to be paid for this position? I don't understand what employers are getting at with that one. Is what you're going to pay someone, right? You have a salary in mind. You tell me how much you're going to pay me, and I will tell you if that is enough for me to work for you. I mean, are you hoping that the person is going to answer less than what you'd be willing to pay and then go, "Hey, good luck," or, congratulations, that's how much we are going to pay. Like if you're willing to pay 12, but they say, I'm willing to work for 11. When you ask them, how much do you expect to be paid? And they say, oh, well, I'm willing to work for $11 an hour. And you say, congratulations, that's how much we pay, when you'd actually be willing to pay 12. Anyway, it's incredibly frustrating and infuriating a little bit. Because I actually had someone ask me that, so how much would you expect to be paid for this? And I said $15-ish an hour. And the guy said, well, for someone with no experience and starting out, the base pay is 12. I was like, why didn't you just tell me that in the first place? So if I do get that question again in an interview, I am not going to answer it. I have decided, I've promised myself that if that question comes up, I won't answer it. I'm just going to be like, hey, why don't you tell me how much the position pays? Because I know you know how much it pays. Probably not exactly like that. I can be a little bit more diplomatic. So anyway, that's my rant on trying to find work. Even in an environment such as this, that supposedly places are desperate for people, it doesn't seem like that's the case. I mean, there's a lot of jobs out there, but it doesn't seem like employers are desperate enough to actually treat their interviewees with any sort of respect. So anyway, rant over. I have decided on a different career path. I'm sticking with the horses. The horses will always be there, and I wanted to look for something that would that I could work around them and still, in some ways and at some point be my own boss. And that is, I have signed up to become a certified personal trainer. So I'm going to be starting that in the next week, starting my studying for that. I'm very excited. I think it'll be really fun. I can't wait to move forward with this. So I hope you enjoyed my rant, and I know I'm not the only one in this boat that finds it incredibly frustrating to try to find work, because it can be frustrating, it can be demoralizing, but hang in there. It's not that bad. Rant if you need to, cry if you need to. But then also remember that you will find something eventually, and so will I, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button if you did, and have a great day.